Shall we play a game?
Oh.
War Games! The 1983 science fiction thriller about a kid who's obsessed with hacking into a gaming company's computer to get the games early. He also likes to change his grades and even help out pretty girls as well.
You can't do that.
Already done.
There's arcade games, weird corn butter scenes, amazing underground bases, and even remote control pterodactyls. You got Matthew Broderick as David, Ali Sheedy as Jennifer, Dabney Coleman as the slightly paranoid McKittrick, and you got Joshua, the Whopper.
The Whopper has already fought World War III as a game.
With a fondness for war games like global thermonuclear war.
Who should we nuke first?
Las Vegas.
Did you know Dr. Falcon, the creator of Whopper, aka Joshua, was based on Stephen Hawking and was supposed to be played by John Lennon? Unfortunately, John Lennon would be assassinated before the movie was made. Something you may not know, the actor who played Dr. Falcon, John Wood, also voiced the famous Joshua voice.
Greetings, Professor Falcon.
When trying to develop the voice for the computer, they initially considered a child's voice, but ultimately decided on Falcon himself.
You prefer a good game of chess?
With an interesting twist. When recording Joshua's dialogue, they asked Wood to read the lines backwards so that each word would be very carefully enunciated.
Hello, Joshua?
Strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
Speaking of speaking backwards, backmasking is a recording technique in which a message is recorded backward onto a track that is meant to be played forward. And it started with the Beatles' 1966 album Revolver. John Lennon said one night he mistakenly played the tapes for the song Rain in reverse and liked how it sounded. So the band began recording messages in Revolver that could only be deciphered when the record was played backwards. One such message appears in Rain. Of course, this opened a can of worms for conspiracy theorists. Bands like Judas Priest and Black Sabbath, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Slayer were all accused of saying naughty things backward on their songs. I do know if you say nasty ass backward, it sounds like Satan. Nasty ass, Satan. I figured that out when I was a kid and it scared me for weeks. Speaking of the devil, Satan has been depicted in movies quite a bit. I mean, he's the ultimate villain, I suppose, so it makes good drama. Out of them all, there's a few that really sit at the top of the list. Tim Curry in Legend, who's just visually terrifying. Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate.
But why?
Because you're my father. I'm a little more than that, Kevin.
Damien, played by Harvey Spencer Stevens, in The Omen. Come on, let's be honest, there's something creepy about Satan being a little kid. Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled. Alright, it's a silly Satan, but that's exactly how Satan would do it, with a little bit of charm. Speaking of charms, nobody knows why a horseshoe became a lucky charm symbol. Also, nobody can agree whether it should be hung with the points facing up or down. Some believe that the horseshoe points should face up, arguing that this collects the good luck. Others disagree, and that the horseshoe points should be facing down so the good luck pours onto everyone who walks through the door. Just hang it sideways, I say. It's just a horseshoe at the end of the day. Speaking of horses, do you remember that silly movie Hot to Trot with Bobcat Goldthwait and John Candy as the voice of the horse?
Fred, let me explain. This is an unbelievable coincidence. You see, they were looking for another horse named Dawn. Imagine two horses in the middle. Get out!
And Dabney Coleman with those big buck teeth and nerdy glasses. Dabney's great in everything he does. I especially love him in 9 to 5 and Cloak and Dagger. Oh, and then there's War Games.
Shall we play a game?